Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing well this afternoon. As you can see, this video is going to be Premier League predictions on Game Week 2, which starts tomorrow. And as per usual, every Friday I do the predictions and every Tuesday I review them. So let's get on with the predictions for this week's match day 2. But before we get started, if you haven't already, first of all, if you are new, hit the subscribe button below, hit the bell notification so that you never miss any of my YouTube content. Smash a like if you enjoyed this video and other videos as well. And make sure you share this video to everybody so that they can give their predictions in the comments down below. Um, and I'll react to them and see um, um, if I agree or disagree of some of your predictions. So I'll keep it active in the comments below. So without further ado, let's start with this week's preliminary predictions. All right, so tomorrow, lunchtime, the um, oh sorry, let me just turn my phone off for a minute. That's better. So the first game kicks off tomorrow in game week 2 at lunchtime, and it's Aston Villa taking on Everton. Of course, these two have lost their first game of the season and looking to bounce back. Now, this game, I think Aston Villa, sometimes they have good and sometimes they have a bad record at Villa Park under Steven Gerrard. Whereas for Everton, they've lost to them last season, so they're looking to bounce back. So for this game, I really don't know. Everton, both teams, I think they're in the bottom three, so they're looking to bounce back. So I really don't know about this one. It's just that Everton didn't really make. I'm not sure if Everton makes. It's only Gordon and I forgot who else. Whereas for Aston Villa, they haven't really strengthened as well this season. So I don't know. I think I think I might go for draw on this one. I don't think these two have really strengthened, and like I said, these two had really poor start for the season. So I'm going to go for a draw. 1-1. I think both teams will score, but I don't see one team being. I don't see one team winning this that game tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a draw 1-1. I think it's going to be tough, but it's going to be a draw. It's going to be a draw. But yeah, I wanted to go for an Aston Villa win, but Everton were causing problems for Chelsea because Chelsea weren't that great, but at least we got the win. But Everton did cause a few problems. And Aston Villa, the same thing against Bournemouth when they lost to them 2-0. So for me, I'm going to go for a draw 1-1, simple as that. So that's going to be my prediction for for that game tomorrow at lunchtime. Right, the second game, Arsenal against Leicester City. Of course, Arsenal made a really great start against Crystal Palace, beating them 2-0, even though it should have been more. Leicester City absolutely bottled it against Brentford because they were 2-0 up and then they threw it away. So for this game at the Emirates Stadium, I'm going to go for a 3-0 Leicester, sorry, not Leicester, 3-0 Arsenal win. Simply because Arsenal already this season, they really strengthened their squad. They made some really good signings this summer, and also they have a really good win against Leicester City at the Emirates. Of course, the last time Leicester City beat Arsenal was that 1-0 win during the coronavirus in 2020 on my birthday, because this thing happened. Was it? Yeah, it happened on my birthday. Yeah, 1-0, and yeah, if I was a Leicester fan, I'll be very happy. But if I was an Arsenal fan, I'll be disappointed. But yeah, that 1-0 Leicester City win at the Emirates happened on my birthday in 2020. So yeah, but for this one, Leicester City, they just sold Kasper Schmeichel for Fana. It's looking like he could leave. James Maddison as well. I'm not sure about who was Tielemans, he could leave. So Leicester City could be in big trouble against Arsenal. So yeah, 3-0 Arsenal win. Like, I think Gabriel Jesus will score. I think Arsenal's front three will score. Saka will score. Gabriel Martinelli will score and Gabriel Jesus will score. I think that those front three will definitely score tomorrow against Leicester City, their first game at the Emirates this season. So yeah, Arsenal win comfortably. I don't see Leicester City winning because of William Saliba, Gabriel, that defender, Ben White, who else? Zinchenko, Ramsdale. So for me, I don't see Leicester City scoring in this one. So 3-0 to the Arsenal is going to be my prediction. Right, the next game, Brighton of Hove Albion up against Newcastle United. Of course, Brighton of Hove Albion beat Man United, and Newcastle beat Nottingham Forest, which I really didn't expect. But yeah, so for this game, I can see a draw in this one. I can see a draw in this one because this is going to be a tough one because both teams are looking to be above the mid table and maybe try and close the gap on the European places. So for me, yeah, I can see a draw in this one. I'm going to go for 2-2. I'm going to go for 2-2. I think for me, yeah, I think maybe maybe Brighton will score 2 goals and then maybe Newcastle will get back in the game, or maybe Newcastle will score 2 goals and Brighton will get back in the game. So that's why I think for me this game is going to be difficult, but I can see a draw in this one. I can't see one team in winning this one because both teams looked really good in their opening game of the season. So for me, 2-2. So yeah, that's what I can say. That's what I can say. Of course, when these two face each other, it was 2-2, so it could happen again. And I think Brighton wore their Ukraine shirt to support Ukraine and between Russia and Ukraine invasion, something like that. I can't remember. So yeah, I can see this game being the draw 2-2. Man City against Bournemouth. Of course, AFC Bournemouth, like I predict, did beat Aston Villa 2-0 at their ground, but I tell you, AFC Bournemouth have a really, really terrible record against Manchester City. Man City always slap them 5-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, whether it's home or where they always slap them. So for me, yeah, I ain't gonna go for big scoreline because like I said, Bournemouth did really well against Aston Villa, but I don't see Bournemouth winning beating Manchester City. Oh no, especially when Haaland made his Premier League debut and scored 2 goals. Nah, man, I ain't seen that happening for FC Bournemouth. So for me, I ain't gonna go for big score, but I'm gonna go for a 3-0 Manchester City win. I think they'll keep a clean sheet and they'll put 3 past AFC Bournemouth. If they actually beat them 5-0, then boy, then I don't know what's going on with AFC Bournemouth. But for me, I don't see that happening because AFC want to at least survive. So yeah, they don't want to concede that much goals if you know what I mean. So for this one, I'm gonna go for a Manchester City win of 3-0, and that's basically it. So yeah, I think Erling Haaland will score again, and who else? I think Kevin De Bruyne will score. I think Erling Haaland will score 2 goals again, and maybe Kevin De Bruyne will score a wonderful goal like he always does. So for me, Manchester City will beat AFC Bournemouth 3-0 is going to be my prediction. Right, moving on to the next game, Southampton against Leeds United. Of course, Leeds won their opening game of the fixture against Wolves, where Southampton, they've got absolutely destroyed by Spurs after going 1-0 up. So when these two faced each other, Leeds beat them 2-1. So for me, yeah, for me, I'm going to go for 2-1 to Leeds. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Leeds because for the game against Leeds versus Wolves, I went for a draw because since Leeds United saw their best players, I would have thought that, yeah, you know what, Leeds could be in big trouble. But no, no, they didn't. So, yeah, it's going to be the same thing. I don't think Southampton will have a really, really great start to the season because, like I said, they got destroyed by Spurs. And I don't think Leeds will destroy them like Spurs did, but I know that they will get the 3 points at St Mary's tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. So yeah, 2-1 to Southampton. Sorry, not Southampton. 2-1 to Leeds United is going to be my prediction for that game tomorrow. Another game, Wolves versus Fulham. Now, for this one, Wolves, of course, lost to Leeds United, like I mentioned a second ago, and Fulham got a draw against Liverpool, which I didn't expect that. Sorry about that, guys, but yeah, as I was saying, this will be a tough game for Wolves because Fulham really impressed me against Liverpool on the opening day of the season. Like I didn't really expect Fulham to get a I didn't expect Liverpool sorry because I expected Liverpool to at least beat Fulham since they are since they came back from the championship and since Liverpool were this close to winning the title, I expected Liverpool to beat Fulham, but no, Fulham proved me wrong. It looks like they weren't scared of Liverpool, and a draw is decent for them. If they would have got a win, boy, that would be massive for them because Liverpool, for the last 10 years, didn't lose on their opening day. And if Fulham would have done that, then boy, that would be a shock. But yeah, for Wolves, they really didn't. They really, I don't know if Wolves didn't sign any players this summer. I really don't. But yeah, for this one, I think Wolves are good. Sorry, Fulham are going to win 2-0. Simple as that. I think Mitrovic will score, and I think they'll keep a clean sheet. Yeah, this will be a tough game for Wolves because, like I said, they've lost to Leeds, and I know they've watched Fulham against Liverpool, so they'll think to themselves, "Boy, I don't think we'll get a decent result against Fulham." So yeah, and the only way I can see Fulham going up is to not be like a yo-yo club and for Mitrovic to do what he did in the championship. I'm not saying that he will get the golden boot and score 46 goals and stuff like that, but I believe yeah, if he can score like maybe 20, 25 goals for Fulham this season, I believe they will survive and they will stay up for next season. So hopefully Fulham can keep Mitrovic, feed the ball to him, give him the service, and I can see them staying up and survive. So 2-0 to Fulham is going to be my prediction for that one. Now, moving on into Brentford against Manchester United. Now, Man United really surprised, shocked me the opening game of the season when they faced Brighton because obviously I would have thought that yeah, you know what, Brighton have lost their key players. Man United did well in pre-season. I know they lost in one game, but Erik ten Hag is really starting to impress some Man United fans, not all of them, and yeah. But Man United, they were terrible against Brighton, and Brighton, yeah, fully deserved to beat Man United. And Man United's goal was an own goal. So neither of those Man United players um didn't score. Luke Shaw was terrible. Maguire was terrible. Martinez was terrible. Rashford was poor. Bruno, like there's so many Man United players that were terrible in the game against Brighton. And I think for me, yeah, if Man United don't fix their squad and the Glazers don't make Man United poor again, I think yeah they should. I think the Glazers need to go, and Man United needs to bring an owner here that don't care about Manchester United because the Glazers don't care. It's been 9 years since Man United became a big club and won the Premier League title, did one in the Championship, Champions League, and all that stuff. 9 years, Man United have been terrible, terrible. Sir Alex Ferguson is one of the greatest Manchester United managers ever. But ever since he left, they've been terrible, terrible, terrible. So for me, yeah, Man United need to fix up. Otherwise, I don't see them being in the top six. I can see them being like seventh or eighth. And that'll be their worst ever position in the Premier League because they used to be in the top four every single time, but they have been the Europa League a few times, like being in sixth place and all that stuff. So Man United really need to fix up. Otherwise, they're in deep, deep trouble. So for this one, I'm gonna go for Brentford win. I don't see Man United going for a win for this one. So I wanted to go for a draw, but for me, yeah, going to the community stadium ain't that easy because we've seen six teams went there and scratch a 1-0, a draws and a loss, if you know what I mean. So yeah, for Man United, if for me, yeah, the only way I can see them getting result is to start Ronaldo, put McTominay in the bench, and start and put Ericsson as the two pivot alongside Fred, because I think Scott McTominay is far worse than Fred, far worse than Fred. So I think McFred cannot be in the pivot. If I see Erik ten Hag put in the same lineup in the game against Brighton, then they are losing 100%. So for me, the only way I can see Man United getting a draw, or maybe at least try the best to get 3 points, is to start with Ronaldo, remove Scott McTominay, and put Christian Eriksen as a DM. Simple as that. So for now, as I'm recording this right now, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Brentford. But even though I went for a draw. Now, Nottingham Forest against West Ham United Sunday's game. So for this one, um, of course, the reason why Nottingham Forest didn't win against Newcastle because St James Park is a top place to go. They had the new owner, the new managers, they signed the new players, so that's why I should have went for a Newcastle win. But I think Nottingham Forest will bounce back because going to the sacred ground is not that easy. We have seen Nottingham Forest in the Championship last season just peppering up teams left, right, and centre. So yeah, for West Ham, I think this is a bit tough game to go because going to the City Ground ain't that easy. Plus, West Ham are facing a team here that's won a championship twice in their history. So I think Nottingham Forest will bounce back. I don't think West Ham United really strengthened their squad, if you know what I mean. And plus, they had decent chances against Manchester City, but couldn't put them in the back of the net. So I think West Ham will struggle this season, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, so going to the City Ground ain't that easy, so that's why I went for a 2-0 Nottingham Forest win. So yeah, I think Nottingham Forest will bounce back, and they have to, because imagine, yeah, if Nottingham Forest won the championship and then they get relegated, like like I that would be really strange. That would be really strange, but I don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening. So Nottingham Forest 2-0 is going to be my prediction. The next game on Sunday is a Super Sunday. I know that, and it's going to be the game of the weekend. And of course, it's Chelsea up against Tottenham Hotspur. Now I went for a 2-1 Chelsea because when I predicted Everton versus Chelsea last Friday, I went for a Chelsea win of 2-0 and it ended up 1-0. I was confident but worried at the same time. So the big question is, could these things happen the same thing against Tottenham Hotspur? Because I'm always Spurs against Everton because when Tottenham when Southampton went to White Hart Lane, they were 1-0 up, but they're not. But then Tottenham put 4 past them, and guess what? They didn't start their new players. Harry Kane and Son didn't start, and we had to allow the defenders like Christian Romero, Kulusevski, Eric Dyer, a deflected goal to put 4 past Southampton. So for me, yeah, Tottenham are playing better football than Chelsea. Simple as that. They've got a better um, front three than Chelsea. The defense, I say Chelsea is a bit better. The midfield, I say 50-50, but I can assure you they've got a better front three than Chelsea. I would take Harry Kane, Son, and Kulusevski as my front three. You know, since Kai Harris cannot do well as a false nine, and Mason Mount, we all know he can't do well on the right hand side, so I'll take those three any single day of the week. So I expect this to be a really tough test for Chelsea, but this should be an advantage for Chelsea because Tottenham have never beaten Chelsea since 2018. They've never ever beaten Chelsea both home and away. The last time that Tottenham ever beat Chelsea at the Premier League was that 3-1 win at Wembley. But ever since then, we beat them both home and away on the Tuchel, on the Lampard, and on the Thomas Tuchel, if you know what I mean. So yeah, on the side as well, that 2-0 win, where if you remember that Kieran Trippier made that mistake, and William could have scored. So yeah, but I think both teams will score. Let's hope that this is not a 0-0 like a boring game. Let's hope it could be like the Battle of the Bridge that happened 6 years ago, where Tottenham were 2-0 up, getting close to were this close to winning the title, but then Leicester City won thanks to Chelsea getting back into the game 2-2. So yeah, let's hope that it won't be a boring game. That's what I can hope for. And then yeah, so 2-1 to Chelsea is hopefully going to be my prediction. And last and not least, Monday Night Football, Chelsea. Yeah, take Liverpool against Crystal Palace. I'm just talking to my friend. Um, Liverpool against Crystal Palace. Now for this one, sorry about the noise. It's just an ice cream van coming to my house. But Liverpool against Crystal Palace. Now this one, I think Liverpool will bounce back, and they've got a really good record against Crystal Palace, both home and away. They absolutely destroyed them. So for me, yeah, this would be a tough game for Crystal Palace because going to Anfield ain't that easy. Because we know the atmosphere is great. You can see the fans are supporting their team, their manager, everything. So going to Anfield ain't that great, and I think Liverpool bounce back. The only way I can see Liverpool winning is to make sure that Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold get back to the best, starting Darwin Núñez over Firmino and sorting their midfield out because their midfield against Fulham weren't that great. Virgil van Dijk and Trent weren't that great, so they need to fix up and get back to their form. And Darwin Núñez, he needs to start. He needs to start because when he came on against Fulham, he made the difference. And if he didn't came on against Fulham, that Fulham would definitely win 100%. So if Darwin Núñez starts, Liverpool will win. But if they don't, then they will drop points yet against you. Jurgen Klopp has to get this right. He has to get this right, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so I'm gonna go for 3-0 Liverpool win for that one. And that's it, guys. That is the end of my predictions, but I'm going to go through them one more time. So 1-1 between Aston Villa against Everton on Saturday lunchtime. I've gone for 3-0 Arsenal win against Leicester, 2-2 draw between Brighton and Newcastle, a 3-0 win for Man City against Bournemouth, a 2-1 Leeds United win against Southampton, a 2-0 Fulham win against Wolves, a 2-1 Brentford win against Man United, which I wanted to go for a draw, but I changed my mind, of course. Sunday's games, I've gone for Nottingham Forest win of 2-0, Chelsea win of 2-1 against Tottenham Hotspur. Hopefully that happens. And a 3-0 Liverpool win against Crystal Palace. That is it, guys. That is the end of my predictions. And let me know in the comments down below whether you agree or disagree with my predictions. And let me also know in the comments down below what's your prediction going into game week 2 that will start tomorrow. Let me know. But yeah, that's the end of these predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you do, make sure you hit the like button below. And if you are new, hit the subscribe button as well. Smash the hit the bell notification so that you never miss any of my YouTube videos. And make sure you tune in to tomorrow's video where I'm going to be talking about Timo Werner leaving Chelsea Football Club and a preview going into Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspur at Stamford Bridge. There'll be a live watch along to that one and match reaction straight after that. And then on Tuesday, I'll be going through my prediction and telling you guys what my total score is. So there's lots of things going on this weekend. So make sure you don't miss it and stay tuned for those videos as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves, take care, and as always, up the Blues.